Sometimes family, no matter how much you love them, they are a pain in the ass. I don't even know what to do. You try to be reasonable, try to talk to them. But when people aren't listening when they need to listen, what you do? All right, when you're out there on your own, separate from me, and what you're doing isn't having a direct effect on me, that's one thing. You out there, you're going to do what you're going to do, fine. And you ain't bringing it to my house, fine. You know. But when you're about to do something that could have a direct effect on me, and you're living in my house, and I hated to do this and say this is my house, no. But I didn't feel like I had no other choice. And he's mad at me now. Jason's mad at me. He in his room sulking like a child. Called me mom. And I ain't like that woman. Yeah, we all got qualities of our parents, whether we want them or not. But I'm not like her in the way he's accusing me of be like her, because she got that expensive ass cable bullshit in her house. Okay, and he had some thing for DirecTV, a company I have worked for, and not just for a minute, for almost 3 years. And I understand there ain't a lot to do out here. Okay, I get it. That's part of why I like being out here. Ain't a lot to do out here, so they ain't crazy shit happening out here all the time. All right. Ain't nobody trying to break into my house and steal shit I ain't even got. So, all right, well, ain't even a couch. So, nobody's bothering us out here. Whereas in the city, with all the little tweakers and junkies everywhere, they're always I hate to say this because they're human beings, and I ain't forgot that they're human beings, but they're always scurrying around like cockroaches, seeing what they could find, seeing what they could get, and they're so tied up in their addiction that they ain't thinking about what they're doing that's hurting other people. And I tried to explain to him, and he and maybe I got a little, what you call, emotional, okay? But I'm getting emotional because you're not listening to me. And he's notorious for not listening, and when he qualified for some credit cards, I told him, don't get a bunch of credit cards. All you need is 1 or 2 good credit cards, maybe 3, okay? And stop. Don't get no more after that. You got a couple of good ones, and then I advised and told him, don't go crazy with them. Don't max them out. Use them sparingly. You buy something, pay it off right away. Did he listen? Nuh-uh. And now he can't get it. He can't. Now his credit is really screwed up. Okay, and he's not worried about that. Blah blah blah. I'm on disability. They can't do nothing to me. Blah blah blah. And maybe they can't. Okay, but it's gonna be years to fix that and start to get back on your feet again from that. And yeah, years is you're talking a minimum of 10 years, and at least to try to recover from that. Yeah. So this expensive ass DirecTV stuff that he was wanting to put in my house, under his name, it'd be his bill. I get that. Okay. But he doesn't get what happens when he can't pay that bill. And he's under a 2-year contract. And now he thinks he wants out because his bill is, too much to handle. Because you're on disability. You have a very limited income. All right. You're supposed to be trying to save up for a car, and eventually, I know he don't want to be up underneath me forever, and I like having him here. I really do. I ain't no hurry for him to move out. But not if I can prevent you from doing something that I feel is a big mistake and would not just hurt you, but hurt me because you're living with me. I'm not going to let you do it. And yeah, he could try and call DirecTV and try and set it up, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is, and this is where I had to put my foot down, to attach that to my roof, they need my permission, and I'm not going to give it. And he's trying to say, oh, I'm on disability. They couldn't do this to me. They couldn't do that to me to try and get their money. Oh, yes, they will. Any and every payment method you have used to pay your bill, whether it's a credit card, a debit card, a friend paid it once for you, a relative paid it once for you with their debit or credit card, that contract that you signed for them for 2 years says that they can use any and every payment method that you have used to pay your bill to get their money when you break the contract. And I took phone calls from people that were in tears because they couldn't pay their rent. They couldn't pay their mortgage because DirecTV emptied their accounts. And there's nothing they can do. They cannot get their money back. They agreed to that. Didn't you sign that? Nobody reads that whole thing. They don't. But you agreed to it. And now you can't do nothing. That money is gone and they can't do nothing about it. And there is only one way to get out of that contract. And that is to die. And can't nobody just call and say, hey, he died. You got to prove they died. Or else they'll keep charging you. So, no, you got to die. And your family's got to prove you died. That's the only way to get out of that contract is to die. That's it. And it's got to be provable. That's it. And of course he wants the most expensive package there is that comes with all the football and basketball games and shit like that. And I get it, you like sports, okay? And I get that there's not a whole lot to do out here and you miss your friends, and all that running in the streets you did when you was back home in Ohio. And you ain't got that option here and you're bored. Oh my God. Like a child, you're bored. No, I don't get bored out here. I like the peace and quiet. Would it be nice to have a little television? Yes, but I can find things online and be done. And he's saying he can't find a full game online or on his phone. He's only getting highlights. He can't get a full game. I don't, and I'm sure I could probably search and figure out how he could get a full game on his phone or on my laptop here if he wanted to use it to sit and watch a game while I'm at work or something. But yeah, he got mad at me, and he's mad, and he's just gonna have to be mad. And you know, I guess now he's more determined to save up his money, buy a car, and find his own place. Fine, that's what you want to do. You know, you're technically a grown ass man. Do what you want to do, but if you're gonna do something that's gonna hurt me, I've got to find possibly hurt me and mine and my situation. I got to find a way to prevent that from happening. You know, because if you get involved with them and you break that contract and they take all your money out of your accounts, while you're living with me, guess who you're completely dependent upon for everything now? And now I gotta try to do everything. You know, we're already struggling. We don't have a refrigerator. There's no couch out there. You know, we don't have no living room furniture. You know, why would you want to waste money like this, you know, on something just so you could have a little extra TV? And I get it. Sometimes you know, I mean, the internet does allow him to play his games online with different people, you know, so it's not like he's not getting any social interaction at all, you know. But I don't know. I hated to say, no, I will not give permission for that to be installed into my roof. You know, I hated to do that. I hated to put my foot down like that, like he's a child. But I didn't feel like I had a choice. I didn't feel like he was listening to me. And what can you do? All I can do is try to look out for us as best I can. You know, I ain't upset about his little smoky habit, you know, and he's trying not to do that right now, and I think that's a good thing. I really do. But you know, and when he does do it, he does it in his room, you know, because I don't do that dumb shit anymore, and that's how I see it, as dumb shit. You know, that shit I did when I was in my early teens, and I'm a grown ass woman. I do a little thing now called being a responsible adult. You know, does it mean I don't like to have fun? Hell yeah, I like to have fun. But you know what? There are other ways to have fun that don't waste your money like that. You know, and you know, and I am more patient about, okay, things are going to be tough for a while, so I get certain things in order, you know, and certain things are going to have to wait and be on the back burner until I do things like, number one is get a refrigerator right now. Now I got 2 vehicles out here. The Buick is having some issues, so I'm not driving it back and forth to work right now. I'm driving my Exploder, you know, and I still got to get plates on the Buick, and so I'm gonna have to take it out in a couple of days, in a week or so, and get it plates before the temporary tag on it expires. And that's money I really don't want to spend right now, but I ain't got no choice. It has to get done. So I'm just you know, and I don't. And I'm just not in the habit of talking to him or Cherokee about the things I'm stressing over. You know, I'm just not. Because I feel like there's no need for all of us to be stressing about it. I'll find a way eventually. You know, and eventually is often not. You know, it's often not clear, not even, I don't know, but eventually. And he's just mad, and he doesn't understand that I'm trying to look out for all of us. You know, I'm not trying to rule over him or anything like that. I don't want that. But I feel like he was giving me a choice. I know he wasn't listening to me, that he wasn't hearing me. All he could think is I'm disabled. I get a check. They can't do nothing to me, and that is not true. He just doesn't get it. I tried to explain to him I work there, and he's like, "Oh, do you feel some kind of way?" No, you don't know how I'm feeling, and you don't know what I saw, and you don't know what I experienced, and I know what they can do to get their money back. And the fact that you are disabled and you get a stupid check or a crazy check or whatever kind of check you get is not going to stop them, because you agreed to pay for that for 2 years, and now you can't get out of it. And if you try to get out of it, you will find yourself with a very empty account. Whatever's there, they'll take it. And if they can take it all, they will. If that whatever amount that they need, it'll be gone. And whatever you needed it for, too bad, so sad for you. They're a company. They're about their money, not about your needs. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm vented enough, I guess. I got a few things I need to try and do while I'm off, and I've been sitting on them for a little while anyway, so I'm trying to get a couple things done. All right, peace.